Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the business intelligence applications and framework. And the learning objective and outcome are we will learn today and we will discuss about the business intelligence framework and the concept of data warehousing and its role in BI infrastructure, components, BI process, BI technologies, BI roles and responsibilities, and business applications of BI and best practices in BI and data warehousing. So, what will be the learning outcome after completing this session? We will able to understand the BI framework, and we will be able to apply the best practices in the business intelligence and data warehouse. Today's agenda is to discuss about the BI framework, and BI framework has this, layers like business layer, administration and operational layers, implementation layer, and who is BI for, types of BI users like casual users and the power users, BI applications, BI roles and responsibilities, and BI data warehouse best practices, open source BI tools, and popular BI tools. So on the screen, you are seeing a diagram for the business intelligence framework, and there are some components like the outer components which are in blue colors. These are the business layers, and these are the different part of that business layer like business requirement, uh, development, business value, and program management. After there is a second layer in the BI framework. That layer is administration and operation layer, and it has the four parts as well as like business layer. The first part is BI architecture, business intelligence architecture, and after that the second part is business intelligence and data warehousing operations, and third part is data resource administrations, and fourth one is business applications. So we are going out layer to the inner layers for a BI framework. First of all, we have discussed about the business layer, and business layer have the four parts like business requirement, development, business value, and programming program management. After that, we have the second layer named as the administration and the operation layer, and it has the parts like BI architecture, BI and data warehousing operations, business applications, data resource administration. In coming slides, we will discuss about all the elements in deep. And the third layer is the implementation layer for the business intelligence framework, and that is the third layer. And it has the implementation layer have two parts like data warehousing and implementation information services. And data warehousing is also divided into data warehouse, data source, data acquisition, cleaning and integration, and data stores. And information service will deliver you the information and business analytics. So let's discuss about the BI framework in detail. As I have already discussed with all of you, there's BI frame has the three layers: business layer, administration and operation layer, and the implementation layer. So we will discuss about all these layers in detail. First of all, we will go with the business layer, and there are four parts for the business layer. The first one is business requirement, business value, development, program management. So start with the business requirement. The business requirements are a product of three steps of a process that includes the first one is business drivers. And what are the business drivers? These are the impulse that initiate the need to act. Example, changing workforce, changing labor laws, changing economy, and changing the technology. These are the few examples which are the business drivers. These are the impulse that initiate the need to act. So, business requirement have the three steps. First is the business drivers, and these are the impulse that initiate the need to act. The second is business goals, and business goals are targets to be achieved in response to the business drivers. And examples for the business goals are increased productivity, improved market share, improved profit margins, improved customer satisfaction, cost reductions. So when we are running a business, these are the main goals to achieve, and these goals are achieved in the response to the business drivers, like changing the workforce. If we want to increase the productivity, and for increasing the productivity, we need the more qualified and skilled person to increase the productivity. For that, we have to change the workforce. So these are response to the business drivers. Business goals are response to the business drivers, and business drivers are the impulse that initiate the need of act. When we want to increase the productivity, so we need an act, and we are changing the workforce. So after doing some business drivers, dealing with the business drivers, we are responsive. We are getting some response from the dealing with the business drivers, and that can in the form of the increased productivity, improved market shares, improve. If we are providing uh, some better environment to the workforce, it will improve the market productivity, and that will lead. If we have a good product, it will lead to the improved market share, improved profit margin, improved customer satisfaction, and cost reduction as well as. The third point for the business requirement is business strategy. First of all, we need business drivers, after that, business goals, and the third one is the business strategies. What are the business strategies? The planned course of action that will help achieve the set of goals. So, what we are seeing here, first of all, we need the business drivers, after that, the goal, and after that, the strategy. And that strategy will help us to achieve the goals. So, we can say that strategies are the long span decisions which will lead our business to the profit. And examples for the business strategies are the outsourcing, global delivery model, partnership, customer retention program, employee retention program, and the competitive pricing, etc. I will discuss the last one, the competitive pricing, etc. If we are providing the same facilities and functionality in our product with a suitable price than other products available in the market, so we are making a strategy to increase the market share and to capture the market by providing the product having the same uh, quality within the suitable price range. So there are some other business strategies which will affect the business running module. So after that, the business layer, we have discussed the business request, and business request has the three parts like business drivers, business goals, business strategies. After that, we have the business values. The second part or second element of business layer for the business intelligence framework. The second element of the business layer is business values. Business values can be measured in the term of ROI, return of investment. What we are getting in return after investing some capital or money to the business, that is the value of that business. ROA, return of assets, TCO, total cost of ownership, TVO, total value of ownership. So business values are measured in these four terms like ROI, return of investment, ROA, return of assets, TCO, total cost of ownership, and TVO, total value of ownership. Third one, the program management. It is the component that ensure people, projects, and priorities work in a manner in which individual processes are compatible with each other so as to ensure seamless integration and smooth functioning of the entire program. And the fourth element of the business layer is the development. The process of development consists of database, data warehouse development, consists of ETL, data profiling, data cleansing, and database tools. Data integration system development consists of data integration tools and data quality tools, and business analytics development about process and various technologies used. So development is the process to development of consist of database and database warehouses. And the second layer for the BI framework is administration and operation layer. And it has the four parts. The first one is BI architecture. Second is business intelligence and data warehouse operations. Third one is data resources administration, and fourth is business applications. So as we have already discussed, BI have the three layers. The first is business layers, and business layer have the business request, business value, program management, and develop, which we have already discussed. Now we are on the second layer of the business framework, and that is the administration and operation layer. And administration and operation layer have the four elements, and these elements are the business architecture, business intelligence architecture, business intelligence and data warehouse operations, and third one is data resource administration, and fourth one is business application. So let's discuss it in detail. So what is the business intelligence architecture? Business intelligence architecture is having few elements like data, and data should be follow design standards, must have a logical adapted data module. Metadata should be of high standard. And when we have a data, it will be integrated. And integration part we perform according to the business semantics and rules on the data. And integration part, during integration, certain processing standards have to be followed. And data must be consist. There will be no redundancy and ambiguity in the data when we are performing the integration operations over the data in business intelligence architecture. After completing the process of integration, we will get the information from the data, and that information derived from data that has been integrated should be usable and findable and as per the requirement of the organization. After getting the information and after processing the data and integration operations, we get the information from the data, and that information will be used for the technology. And in technology section, what we are doing, we are using technology used for the technology is used for driving information must be accessible. Also, it should have a good user interface, should support analysis, decision support, data and storage management. It means technology is providing something between the user or between the person who is interacting with the BI architecture, and it will give you a good interface to access the information, and that information which has been derived after processing the data and completing the integration operations over the data should be usable, and it is uh, having the attributes for supporting the analysis, decision support, data and storage management. And after performing all these operations over the data, and when the technology is giving us a interface, technology is just some tools through which we are accessing the information. We are getting the information from the stored data, and after that organization consists of different roles and responsibilities like management, development, support, and uses roles. And organization is your entire business environment. And in that business environment, you have different level of persons who are having the different responsibilities, and according to their roles and responsibilities, we have the different uses level for different person who have the different responsibility in the organization. So all these steps combine and give you a complete business intelligence architecture. So in business intelligence architecture, I am summarizing it again. We have data, integration, information, technology, and organization. We have a data, and after having a data, we perform some integration operations, and after completing the integration, we process that integrated data to form the information, and that information is used by some different technological tools, and it is providing the interface to fetching the information from the data, and that tools are being used in the organization, and in organization they have different level of responsibilities, and according to these users and responsibilities, we have the different usage level and usage role for the different person in the organization. The second element of the administration and operation layer is business intelligence and data warehouse operations. Data warehouse administration required the uses of various tools to monitor the performance and uses of the warehouse and perform administrative tasks on it. Some of these tools would be like backup and restore, security, configuration management, and database management. These are the tools, and these are the steps when we are having the data warehouse administration. Like we have to perform the backup of the data, and if we lose some data from the backup, we have to restore, and we can restore that lost data from the backup. And security, unauthorized access avoidance policies will be there for the security purpose. No authorized person can access the data. And configuration management and the database management. Database management is the process in which we are storing a data into the database in a managed way. The third element for the administration and operation layer is the data resource administration. That is the third element for administration and operation layer, and that involves data governance and metadata management. So, what is the data governance? Governance. Data governance is a technique for controlling data quality, which is used to assess, improve, manage, and maintain information. It helps to define standards that are required to maintain data quality. The distribution of roles for governance of data is as follows. Like the first one is the data ownership, data stewardship, and data custodianship. So the fourth layer is fourth element for the second layer, that is administration, and the operation layer is business applications. So what is the business applications? They are simply some tools through which we are accessing the data and we are getting some useful information or reports. Like a business application is a collection of components that provide a business functionality. Business application is a simple collection of components that provide a business functionality, and this business functionality can be any activity throughout the business process that you can use internally, externally, or with other business applications. You can create business application of individual components which are related to each other. For example, there are some business activities like order management, inventory management, and billing and business applications that might use individual components. So for these activities, we have some collection of components through which we are smoothly running the order management, inventory management, and billing. These are the simple applications which are being provided to the persons who are dealing with these different activities of the business. Now, how we can the metadata management. So metadata management has the four parts. The first one is the business metadata, and what it contains, it deal with the data definition, matrix definition, subject model, data model, business rules, data rules, data owner, and steward, etc. The second type is the process metadata, and it contains source or target maps, transformation rules, data cleansing rules, abstract audit trail, transform audit trail, load audit trail, data quality audit, etc. So in business data, what we have the data definitions. According to our business, what type of data we are requiring, and metrics of the definition, subject model, data model, and business rules. All these are stored or contained under the category of business metadata. Simply, metadata is the data about the data, and that metadata contains the information about data definition, metric definition, subject model, data model, business rules, data rules, and data ownership and steward, etc. Same in process metadata, it has the data about the processes which are being performed over the data for the business intelligence framework. So it contains the information about the source, target map, transformation rule, data cleansing rules, extract audit trail, transformation audit trail, load audit trail, data quality audit, etc. The third one is the technical metadata. It will have that information or data about the data location, where the data is stored, what is the format, because now we are dealing with the technical uh, phase of the data. And metadata contain the data about data. So it contains all the technical aspects like data location where the data is stored, data format in which format data is being stored, to the data storage, technical names, data size, data types, and like I'm taking an example here from the C language. We have different data types and we have the different data size. Like if we have a car, we cannot store much more data into the car type of variable as compared to integer. So they have some data types and they have their fixed data size as well as. So all the information related to the data stored on the data storage in business intelligence framework will be stored in the technical metadata. After that, indexing of the tables and data structures, etc. The fourth part, or fourth type of the metadata is application metadata, and it contains the data about to the applications. So it will have the data access history, by which application and who is accessing the data. It contains all the information about that history and who is accessing according to their role and responsibilities, frequency of access, how many times the data is being accessed, when accessed, and how accessed. So all the information related to these points is stored in the application metadata. The third layer for the business intelligence is implementation layer, and it contains two parts. The first one is data warehousing and second is information services. There are three steps for the data warehousing. Like first of all, we have the data source. From these data source, we get the data, we acquire the data, we cleaning the data, and we perform the integration operations. And after that, we store that data to the warehouse. And the part of information service, because we have two parts in the implementation layer. The first one is data warehousing and second is the information service. We have a data source. After data acquisition, cleaning, integration, we store that data to the warehouse, and information service will deal with the information delivery and business analytics. By this example, we can understand how that process is done in the data warehousing. We have data source in New York, we have data source in Washington, we have four different locations. In We have four different locations for the data source, and what we are doing, we are extracting and cleaning and transform load refresh to the warehouse. And after completing the warehousing, what we are doing, we are applying the information service, and that information service will give you the reports and analysis. It will deliver the information and business analysis to the end user. What are the information service? Information service is not only the process of producing information, it involves ensuring that information produced is aligned with the business requirement and can be act upon to the produce value for the company. Information is delivered in the form of KPI, reports, charts, dashboard, or scorecards. Data mining is a practice used to increase the body of knowledge, and applied analytics is generally used to drive action and produce outcomes. And BI is for the performance management, for the managers, for operational business intelligence, process improvement, and quality of customer experience. And there are two types of business intelligence users. like casual users and the power users. Casual users are the information consumers. They consume the information. And the power users, they produce the information. And example of such users, executive. Under the casual users, we have executive managers, customers, suppliers, field operation workers, and etc. And for the power users, we have SAS, SPS developer, administration, business analyst, analytical modeler, IT professionals. And what are the uses? To only consume the information produced by the power users, and to produce the information for the casual users. And how they access the data, tailor made to suit the need for their respective role. So, and they have the ad hoc or exploratory data access. Tools predefined, report and dashboard. And for the power users, we have the advanced analytical and authoring tools. Source for the casual users is data warehouse and data marts. And for the power users, we have the data warehouse, data marts, both internal and external. Business application can be divided into two. These are two parts, like the technology solution, decision support system, executive information system, and data mining, managed query, and OLAP. We will discuss about the OLAP in next session. What is the OLAP? The second category for the business application is the business solutions for performance analysis, customer analysis, marketplace analysis, productive analysis, sales channel analysis, and behavioral analysis, supply chain analysis. These are the business solutions. And technology solutions are the decision support system, executive information system, OLAP, managed query and reporting, and data mining. Different roles and responsibilities for the business intelligence, like program roles. There are some roles: BI program manager, BI data architect, BI ETL architect, BI technical architect, metadata manager, and BI administrator. And there are the project roles, like business manager, BI business specialist, BI project manager. They are the just for the information purpose. What are the different roles and what are the responsibilities for these roles? And BI ETL architect is business requirement analyst. BI technical architect is decision support analysis. Metadata managers for the BI designer. These are the project roles. And BI administration has the ETL specialist and data administration. What are the open source BI tools which we can use for the business intelligence? RDBMS, it uses the MySQL and Firebird, ETL tools, Panther data integration, formerly called Kettle, Spago BI. For the analysis purpose, we have the analysis tools like Weka, RapidMiner, Spago BI. For reporting tools and ad hoc query and visualization, we have the Panther, Bird, Equate, and Jaspersoft. So these are the open source BI tools. For the relational database management system, we can use the MySQL and Firebird. And these are the popular BI tools in this chart. For the backend, I will start from the front end. Spotfire, SAS 9.2, SSAS, Hyperon 11.1.3, SPSS 9, RapidMiner, and Weka for the analysis, analytical visualization, and mining. And these are the BI functions like ABNTO, Microsoft, Oracle. IBM, Oracle, and Microsoft. Other than we have the product of these giant companies in the technologies, and these BI functions for use ETL, data integration, OLAP, data warehousing, reporting, ad hoc, querying. And for the backend, for the database management system, what we have NCR, Teradata 13, SQL Server 2008, SAP, Syspace, IQ, Oracle 11G R2, Netezza 4.6, DB2, and MySQL. So generally you hear the name like MySQL, SQL Server, SAP, and Sybase, and Oracle 11G. So these are the popular tool for used for the BI framework. So in this section you can find the front end tools for analysis and analytical and visualization and mining. In this you can find the BI function tools for ETL, data integration, OLAP, data warehousing, reporting, ad hoc querying. And in this section, you can find the backend tools for DBMS. Thank you.